Hello guys, so today we gonna learn lot more things, starting with how to write simple Java program, then why Java is known as platform independent programming language, and then why it is known as Vora. And also at the end I will give you one tip. So without any further delay, let's get started. So before starting actual content, I would like to remind you that I already made a video on introduction to Java and how to install Java. So if you haven't watched, then go and watch it now. I will provide you link in the description. In Java, everything we write inside the class only, and these curly braces are called as the scope of the class. So in general term, class is the set or category of things having some common properties. Listen carefully. A class is a set or category of things having some common properties. That means the classes having common property we group together and make one single class. So it is basically a template used to create object and to define object data types and method. Now obviously you will say what this mean. Okay, so try to connect everything with real life things. Things become much simpler. So let's take a real life example. So a class, a human is the main class, and then in that there are several categories like the high society people, the medium society peoples, and then low society peoples. Similarly, a class can be an animal. So animal is the class, and then in that there are several animals like tiger, snake, or zebra, or elephant. Similarly, if we take the example of cell phones, so cell phone is the class, and then in that there are so many categories like Redmi, Realme, or the Oppo or the Samsung, etc. Similarly, we also can take an example of app. So in that there are billions and billions of apps like YouTube or Facebook or WhatsApp, like this. And then inside class we define global variables, local variable, we create multiple object, constructor, and lot more things, which we will learn step by step. So first we'll learn how to write a simple program, hello world. And let me tell you guys, it is so easy. So let's start. So normally what we do, we write a Java program in a file. Don't worry about this program, we'll learn in details. So we write a program in a file, and then this file we provide to the Java compiler. Now what Java compiler do? It first it compiles the code, and then it check for the syntax. Now what syntax meaning is, if you know this class is the keyword. So if we write in a capital, then it won't understand the meaning. So compiler will throw an error stating that this class is I don't understand. So we have to write in a small letter because it is a keyword. Similarly, let's take example of this system. So this system is the class. So we have to write the name of the class in a capital letter. So similarly, it checks for the syntax. If our program is syntactically right, then it will generate .class file. Now what .class file means, that we'll practically see it, but it generate .class file which is not human understandable. So this .class file is generated by the Java compiler, and then this .class file we provide to the JVM. Now what this JVM, in next video we'll learn in detail how JVM works, but just understand this .class file we provide to the JVM. So JVM consists of interpreter and JIT compiler. So it takes input as a .class file, and then it checks and it generate output and display on the monitor. So this is a simple procedure of how internally it works. So we learn again. What we do, first we write a simple program in a file and we save that file with the help of .java extension, and then that file we provide to the input to the Java compiler. So now what compiler do, it compiles the whole code and also it checks for the syntax. If it is everything is perfect, then it generate .class file. Then that .class file is we provide input to the JVM, which contain interpreter and JIT compiler. Now what interpreter do, I will give you some basics idea. So interpreter do line by line execution of a program and then provide the output in the output screen. So this is a normal execution process of Java program. So guys, if you are watching me on YouTube and if you like my work, then do subscribe to my channel, and अगर आपको कुछ भी query या doubt हो, then please comment me in the comment section. I will definitely reply. Thank you. So let's continue. So now let's understand how to write Java program practically. So first make one folder, like here if you can see here already made. So then in that same folder make one file. Right now I am having Notepad++, so I am opening with Notepad++. Yes, so now this is your area. So here you can write a Java program. So let's write, starting with the class and then the name of the class. So let's write as a test, and this is the scope of class. So in that, let's write public static void main, then string of args, and this is the scope for the main. And then here you can write system.out.println hello world. Yes. So this is a simple program of printing hello words. Don't worry about this, what is this public, we'll learn soon. This static is why we write this void or this main, or why we write this system. Can we print this hello world without writing system? Yes, but how, that we'll learn soon. So don't worry about this, just follow this. So now let's save this program. So let's save this, save as. So now here I am saving with the same test name and select Java. Yes. So here I am saving my class file with the same as a class name. You can see here test, my class name is test. I'm saving my file with test.java. So now आपका डाउट रहेगा कि इज इट कंपलसरी कि टेस्ट नाम से जो क्लास नेम है उसी नाम से सेव करना है, और या किसी डिफरेंट नाम से भी सेव कर सकते हैं? यस, कर सकते हैं, बट आई विल सजेस्ट गो विथ सेम क्लास नेम, बिकॉज when you provide this file to the compiler, so compiler will generate .class file with the same name as your class name. .class file जो भी generate होगा उसका नाम same as your class name होगा. So if you have thousands and lakhs of files, so it is so difficult to find the right file. So that's why use same class name as your file name. So that's why I'm saving the file name same as the class name. So let's save this. Yes, let's save this. Okay, now go here and from here only open this command prompt, or else you have another option by changing the directory, but this is the easiest one. So here write javac, that's I am calling Java compiler, and then I am providing, let me show you in the right way. Okay, so now I'm calling Java compiler and I have to give this file to the Java compiler. So I have to write the name of this file, which is test.java, and hit enter. So now what I already told you, what Java C compiler do, it first compile your program, that is this program, and then it checks for the syntax, whether it is syntactically correct or not. If it is correct, then it will generate dot class file. So if you can see here, it dot class file compiler generate कर दिया है, which is test dot class. So and I already said that compiler will generate dot class file same as the class name. So आप यहाँ पे दे सकते हो test dot class. So it generated dot class file with the same as class name. Now let us give this same dot class file to the JVM by the command Java and the dot class file name, which is test, and hit enter. So now it is showing hello world. So is that clear? So it is so easy. First you have to make one folder. You have to make one folder like this, and then you have to create a file, and then you have to write your code, simple code, and then you have to compile with the help of Java C command, and then you have to provide your class name, and for run you have to call the JVM by the command Java, and you have to provide your class name. Easy? Yes. Now let's understand this program. So now if you can see here, this class, then this test, everything in Java is known as token. So this class is one token, this test is one token, then this public is one token, this static is one token, everything, this system dot, this out, everything in Java is known as token. Now I already explained what is this class means. Now let's learn what this public static void mean. So this is normally called as, it is entry point for the JVM. Now again let us understand with the help of some one real life example. So let's take one real time example as your home. So जो आपका घर है, आपके जो walls है, that is the boundary. Similarly, this class is the boundary for this program, and this public static void main, it is the main point, main entry point for the JVM. So this is the starting point for the JVM. जैसे हम लोग के घर को जो हम लोग का मेन डोर है, दैट इज एंट्री पॉइंट. सो जो भी रिलेटिव्स हैं वो उधर से आएंगे. अभी 100% विंडो से तो नहीं आएंगे. देयर शुड बी वन एंट्री पॉइंट. सो in the programming language, the entry point for the JVM is this statement, public static void main. So this class is the boundary and this is the entry point for the JVM. Now have you ever did this, that if I not write public here, or what if I not write static here? I'm sure आपने कभी नहीं किया रहेगा. So let try now. Yes. So guys, let's play with this public static void main. अगर आपके पास पेन एंड पेपर रहेगा, so definitely please note down, because ये आपको कोई नहीं बताएगा. So let's start with this. So this is public static void main. सो ये स्टेटमेंट कंपाइल होगा. येस डेफिनेटली हम लोगों ने अभी देखा है. बट लेट्स ट्राई वन मोर. जावा सी टेस्ट डॉट जावा. सो येस इट इज कंपाइलिंग. सो व्हाट if I remove this public? Have you ever tried? what it will throw compile time error or it will throw runtime error. Compile time error means whenever we write Java C and then we get any error, then that error is known as compile time error. And whenever we write once again Java as a command and then we provide dot class file and then we get any error, then that error be known as runtime error. So now what we'll get, whether we'll get compile time error or we get runtime error. अगर हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे पब्लिक नहीं लिखा, think so think first, if we write like this and this file we provide to the Java compiler, so think for the compiler perspective. Now compiler what do, it checks for the syntax. So this line is syntactically 100% correct, so it won't throw any error. So let's check it. Java C test.java. Yes, so it is compiling, but when we run this file, dot class file, which is generated here, you can see here test.class. So when we provide this file to the JVM test, so it will throw an error. Yes, now learn this error. What this error means, main method not found. But again, abhi aap bologe, you already said this is the main method. But see, what is actual main method? Main method is public static void main. So JVM always find the main method that is the entry point is as public static void main. So that's why it is throwing an runtime error stating that public static void main method is not found, that is entry door is not found for the JVM. So this was the first. Now what if I write public but not write void, but not write static. So now what it will do, whether it will compile or not compile, or whether it will get compiled from error or runtime error. Now again think from the compiler point of view. First check what compiler do. Compiler compiles this program and only check for the syntax. It only checks for the syntax. Now this program is syntactically correct. This line also syntactically correct. So it will compile our program. So let's see here test.java. Oh, I'm so sorry. Java C test.java. Yes, so it is compiling, but it will throw runtime error. See here. Yes, again it is stating main method is not found. Main method is public static void main. Yes, so JVM looks for the same statement, public, then static, then void, then main, string of array. That's why it is throwing runtime error. Now the third one is, what if I write complete statement but in a reverse order, like this, public static, but now I am writing static public. So now what will do, whether it will compile or not. Think for at least 10 seconds. Think again from the compiler point of view, what it will think. So let's compile this program test.java. Think what will be the output. Yes, it will compile successfully, no error. Because the reason is this static is one modifier and this public is also one modifier. So we can interchange the position of modifier. We'll in the modifier concept we'll learn in detail, but just keep in mind that we can interchange the position of modifier. So it will compile also and it will run also. See here, it is providing an output. Yes. So now next point is, what if I don't write this void, don't worry about this void, that what this meaning is. Just I am teaching you how this syntax work. So now what, अगर मैंने ये void लिखा नहीं, now normally आपको पता रहेगा void is a return type. So what if I not write this void? So again let's compile. Yes, so now it is throwing an error because the reason in C or in C++, if we won't write return type, that is void or int or anything return type, then by default compiler put int as a data type. But in Java it is mandatory. Compiler won't put any data type, any return type here. So we have to mention for each and every method. If we not mention, then we'll get compile time error like this. So return type is mandatory. Void or int, whatever is the return type, it is mandatory in Java. So this was the fourth point. So next is, what if I write this void here? Now what will happen? Whether this program will compile or it will throw in some compile time error. Think for a distance again. Again I am saying think for compiler point of view. So let's compile this. Yes, so it is throwing compile time error. Now learn why it is throwing compile time error. Because yes, so reason is return type should be next to the main. So here my return type should be next to the main. So that's why it is throwing an error, because जो मेरा return type void है वो main के पहले नहीं है. That's why it is throwing an error. So this was again a good point that you learn. Now next point is, can I write this main as the capital main? Now what we'll do, whether I will get compile time error or runtime error. So let's learn. Yes, so here yes. Now guys, a small homework for you. So check करो कि what if I write public का P as a capital P. So whether it will throw compile time error or runtime error. Because if अगर आपको अभी पता चल गया कि what is compile time error, what is runtime error, कभी मेरे को compile time error मिलेगा and कभी runtime, then आपका basic बहुत strong हो जाएगा. So that's why बस एक बार try करके देखना कि what if I write this static as capital S, whether it will throw compile time error or runtime error. Also, this variable, is it necessary that we have to write as args only, or can I write my name also? Just check it out. I know the answer, but I want you to try once. So just check once. Also, can I write string and this 3 times dot and then the variable name? Is it allowed in Java? Have you ever tried? If you know the answer, then comment me in the comment box. And if you don't know, then just try once कि what if I write capital P, what if I write capital S. Just मेरे को एक hint देना है आपको. This public and this static and this void are the keywords in Java. So it has some specific predefined meaning. So if we write in the like this is a keyword, this is a reserve word. There are total 53 reserve words in Java. So in that, this is public is a one reserve word. So if we write the capital, then compiler won't understand the meaning what this capital public is, because उसके जो डिक्शनरी में जो मीनिंग है वो स्मॉल पब्लिक का मीनिंग लिखा हुआ है. So if you write the capital P then compiler won't understand, so it will throw an error. So think like this, and if you know the answer of this, can we write string and then 3 times dots? If you know the answer, then comment me in the comment box.
Hey you! Yes you! If you like our video, just hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to stay notified for the future updates.